Rita, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life Worth Reading. Like I explained in my latest vlog, I have been away for a little bit and I am trying to come back into the grind of filming, editing, reading. And so this week I thought that I could do a little reading vlog where I tackled my physical TBR. As you might have seen from my latest vlog, I have been away for a little bit. I've been really busy finishing up university things, and also I got a new summer job which is consuming a lot of my time on the weekends, but I am trying to get back into the groove of vlogging, of reading. And so this week I thought I could film a reading vlog and start a new project where I tackle my physical TBR. One of my reading goals for 2024 was to read my physical TBR. I don't think it's very realistic that I can get it down to 0, but I've been just trying to pick up more books from it. And so I thought about starting a project in which I just randomly pick books off of my physical TBR and try to either read them or unhaul them and just see how this one goes. I feel like a lot of us booktubers are doing that this year. This is just a wide idea that everyone is trying to get to. I feel like we've maybe been accumulating some books over the last couple of years, and now it is finally time to be responsible, to read them before, you know, adding more and more and more. I will say that this video probably will only come out next week. I don't know how many books I'll be able to read. Today is a Tuesday, and as I just said, I got a new summer job in which I work Saturday and Sunday, like the whole day, 10 hours a day. So basically my weekends are non-existent, and it was a time where I usually edited my videos to upload them. So I will probably only upload this video in the next week. Before we get started into actually picking the books, I thought that I could give you a rundown of how my physical TBR is looking at the moment. So I have my little reading journal here where I keep track of my physical TBR. And in 2023, I ended the year with 70 unread books. Okay. And this year, we are 6 months into the year, and I have hauled 21 more books since then in the 6 months. But I've also read 10. So I feel like I currently have 81 books on my physical TBR. Actually, no, I have 80 books currently on my physical TBR. So we are 10 over from 2023, and we are just trying to bring that number down. In this little jar, I have almost all of my books. The only ones that I don't have on here are sequels. I have some sequels on my TBR that I'm not going to put in here because if I get a third book in a series, I'm not going to read that book. So we only have first books in series in this pile, and also just standalones. So my idea is to just pick from here and we'll see what book we get. I have some books that I would like to read right now, but I'm just letting that completely up to fate this week. And yeah, we're just going to see what book I read next. But yeah, our starting goal is 80 books, and we'll see how I end the year on. It's time to pick the first book, so I'm not even going to look. Okay, I have one. I'm really nervous about this. I hope it's a book that I want to read, and I hope it's not a super long book. I don't know what that says. It's Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I don't think that's focusing. It's okay. Oh my god, Project Hail Mary. Okay, I'm going to get it out. Okay, so here we have our first book, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I am actually really excited about this. It is a little bit long. It's almost 500 pages, but I feel like it's going to be a very interesting read. I know that this book is a science fiction about a man who wakes up in space, and he was sent on a project to something about solar flares, and he wakes up completely alone. He doesn't know what happened to him. He doesn't really know what has been going on. His name is Ryland. Yes, so he wakes up alone, and he's just been awakened to find himself millions of miles from home with nothing but 2 corpses for company. his crewmate's dead, his memories fuzzily returning, Ryland realizes that an impossible task now confronts him. And with the clock ticking down and the nearest human being light years away, he's gotta do it all alone. Or does he? I know that this book is also like a mystery in a little bit, because you're trying to figure out with Ryland what has happened to his crewmates and what is going on. And I think that this is going to be really, really interesting. The reviews for this have been just unbelievable. Last year I saw so many 5-star reviews for this book, and I'm actually really excited about this. I had no idea this is where we'll be starting, but just very exciting. In any case, my plans for today, I am currently working on my last university project, which is my internship report. I mentioned that in my last vlog as well. I have to hand it in latest at the beginning of next week, so I have the rest of the week to work on it, and that's what I'll be doing. I feel like in the afternoon I'm going to go work in the library, but I'll be bringing this along for whenever I take a break. I will be reading this, and hopefully I will really enjoy it. I really hope that I do. I'm actually really, really excited about this, so let's get started. Just a small update, I'm about to go to the library to work on my report. I feel like I really need just like a good afternoon in the library to really get up to speed on my work. So I am going to bring Project Hail Mary along with me, and I am going to read a couple of chapters in between my breaks, and hopefully I'll enjoy it. I will let you know when I come back. I'll film there, B-roll, but I won't speak because it's a library, so I probably won't do any updates there, but I'll let you know when I come home what I'm thinking of this so far. Guys, I am of course in my cozy space. You know how I like to do it, and I want to give you my first update for this. I am 120 pages into this book. Now, I didn't expect that, but this is some good fucking food. I am somehow only on chapter 7. The chapters are quite long in this, which I usually don't like, but in this book I'm not minding at all, and I'm just having a really, really good time with this. I'm also having a little bit of anxiety because it's like the world is ending kind of thing, and just like mass extinction, and it's just freaking me out a little bit, but I'm also really, really enjoying it. I feel like the writing is really accessible, it's very readable. There are some very high scientific concepts, math, physics, biology, that I'm just not getting, but at the same time I feel like the author does a really good job at processing that information and giving it to someone who doesn't know the technical aspects of all of these things. So I feel like it's very accessible in that way, and it's just very readable. Like, I'm just stressed. This man wakes up in space alone, and he has absolutely no memory of anything that's happened to him, and he's just trying to figure out what he's doing there. And you know that he's on Earth saving kind of mission, you just don't know the details of it, so that's just not a spoiler. And then when he does remember who he is and what he's doing, he realizes that the entire humanity is dependent on him, and it's just fascinating, quite honestly. and I could see it so clearly in my head. I feel like this would make an amazing movie. I know that The Martian was adapted, and I think this might be as well. I haven't read The Martian yet, but this is just very visually appealing. Like I see it all in my head, and I'm just having a really great time with it. I did not expect to read over 100 pages today, but yeah, hopefully I can keep going at this pace. And yeah, tomorrow is another day. Yes, it is. And I just want to keep reading more and more of this. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. I wanted this to happen, but I didn't expect it to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I bought this book because I thought I would love it, but I didn't 100% expect to love it because I'm not a science fiction girly. But this is just a really great time. So I am off to bed now, but this is a really good experience so far, and it's a good start to this little vlogs that I'm going to be doing about reading my physical TBR. Like, we're off to a great start. Hi, I haven't spoken to you in 2 days. Today is Friday, and yeah, life took a little detour. I just enjoyed yesterday. It was a holiday here in Lisbon, so my boyfriend didn't work, no one worked, I didn't work, and so I just ended up enjoying my day. Honestly, Wednesday I just stayed at home, but I didn't film any update. But then yesterday, yeah, like, I just went out, and in going out, I ended up going to the Lisbon Book Fair, which I already spoke about, I think maybe in this vlog or maybe in my last vlog. The Lisbon Book Fair happens every year. It's like 3 weeks of just a big old book fair, and basically they have just like better prices than you would find at any bookstore, right? So I did do a little bit of damage. I don't regret it because this only happens once a year, and even though I am not in the best financial position at the moment, at the end of the month I will, you know, I'll be better at it because of my new job. So I don't really regret it, but I do want to talk you through the books that I bought. And it's funny because this is like a vlog where I try to read my physical TBR, and I just added a whole bunch of books to it. But last year I bought 10 books at the Lisbon Book Fair. This year I bought less books. Most of them are in Portuguese, so I'm actually going to talk you through it, but I don't know if you'll find that very interesting. But I had a great time, honestly, at the book fair. I filmed some clips of it, and I do want to show you this haul. And I have to update my reading journal of my physical TBR, which is a mess, but yeah, I don't regret it. Okay, I don't. So I'm going to be starting with the 4 books that I bought at a specific publishing house. I love this publishing house. It's my favorite one, and all of their titles are just so amazing. They have incredible fiction and non-fiction alike, and so I ended up buying 4 books from there because I just love this publishing house. So this book is called, I'm just going to do like a free translation. This book is called The Mutual Support by Piotr Kropotkin. This is basically a book from a Russian anarchist who lived in the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century. And basically this book is a little bit more positive. It's a non-fiction about how humanity and animals alike, we've always had the supportive gene in us, so we are destined to and designed to help each other out in most situations, instead of the Darwinistic view of us trying to wreck each other and come out on the other side. And I just thought it would be really, really interesting to read this book. I feel like it's a different and maybe more positive mindset. Maybe it doesn't actually end up being that way, but it does seem like it. And I just want to find out more about it. I want to see what I can learn from this book, and I want to be in my nonfiction era. So this is the first book that I bought. Then I bought a book by George Orwell. This is a collection of essays. It says Why I Write. So I feel like there are essays about writing, about his relationship with writing, his relationship with books, literature, telling stories, and I just found it to be really, really interesting, and I just cannot wait to read this. It's only 150 pages. It's a collection of essays, so I can read some from time to time, and I feel like I will be having a great time with it. Then I bought a new book. This book is big. I bought because of Books with Avocado. I love Mary and her channel, and she recommended me this book. This is by a Spanish author. I actually don't know the original title. The original title is Kerkoma, and I feel like in English it's... I'll put the cover here because I really just don't remember the original title of it. But yeah, I just love this edition so much. And it's a brand new book, and I got it for a really good price because it was at the book fair. And this is basically a horror book about a woman who goes to stay at her grandma's house, I think, and horror just picks up from there. And I think it also has some feminist themes as well. And yeah, I've been really looking forward to this book since it released like maybe 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. I've been looking at it, but I was waiting until it got a better price. So I'm really, really excited about this. It's also a very short book. It's only 120 pages, so I'm hoping to read it this summer, maybe at the beach. That would be like, it's a really light book to bring along. So I'm definitely going to read this one soon. And finally, I got a book that might be a little bit controversial at the moment. But as I've mentioned a lot of times, I stand firmly with Palestine. So if you don't, that's fine. But I definitely do not agree. And I'm looking for the original title. This is called The Holocaust Industry: Reflections on the Exploitation of Jewish Suffering by Norman G. Finkelstein. So basically this is about how the Jewish American organizations explored the Nazi Holocaust to divide of their target the critics to Israel's politics and to its own morally indefensible politics. So basically it's about how the United States have explored what happened during the Holocaust, which was a very real thing and a very horrible thing, in order to defend their military stance today. And I feel like it's going to be very eye-opening. It's also quite short. It's under 200 pages, and yeah, like this author, Norman G. Finkelstein, he's the son of survivors from the Varsovie ghetto and the concentration camp. So he has a very close history with the Holocaust. So it's really not about taking the attention away from that. It's about showing how this horrible event has led to so many others because of irresponsible defense tactics and military. So I'm really excited about reading this book, especially during today's time. It feels very critical to read this book, and I'm very, very excited about it. Okay, and other books that I got. So yeah, like I said, this might not be a very exciting book haul for you, but I definitely buy a lot of secondhand books, and I buy a lot of English books throughout the year. So I really want to actually take the time to buy Portuguese books at the Lisbon Book Fair and support my favorite publishing houses, especially like smaller independent book publishing houses such as this one. So I know it might not have mass appeal, but I'm actually really, really happy with the books that I got. And the other 3 that I got, I'm going to start with this one, which might also not be very interesting for you. This is Rita Lee. This is her autobiography. I don't know if you know who this is. This is a Brazilian musician who unfortunately passed away last year, and I absolutely loved her so much. She was such a badass. I love her music, and she was so ahead of her time, like during the 60s, 70s, and she was just amazing and such a cool artist. And yeah, like I just can't wait to read her autobiography. Me and my mom both really love this musician, so I actually bought it for us to both read, and I am really excited about it. I feel so sorry that she passed away, but she was just such a cool person, and I just cannot wait to read this. Honestly, she's so inspiring and so ahead of her time. I know that I'm just going to have the best time reading this, honestly. Just so great. And finally, the only 2 English books that I got me and Mafalda, we always do this, I don't know why. Last year we also bought like a matching set of edition of Little Women from this specific publishing house, which is Wordsworth Editions. And so this year we bought The Little Prince. I just thought it was so cute. I love this cover so much. It has the original illustrations as well, and I remember reading this a long time ago. I read it in primary school, and I remember just having the best time with it, but I didn't really understand the deep purpose to it, obviously. So I really do want to reread it, and I don't know, I just thought it was so cute, and I feel like it's going to look great alongside Little Women. And finally, this book I got, it was kind of an impulse purchase, also a little bit influenced by Mary from Books with Avocado, but I bought The Invocations by Kristen Sutherland. They also had The House of Hollow, but yeah, I was trying to limit my purchases, so I bought The Invocations, and this is a new horror book by this author. I actually don't know the synopsis, so let me read that. We have 3 main characters. We have Emmer Brine, Jude Wolfe, and Zara Jones. I'm just going to read you the end of it. It says, Emmer, Jude, and Zara's lives are now unavoidably entwined. The 3 damaged young women, one cursed, one hunted, one out for revenge, must track down and eliminate a brutal, supernatural killer before they too become victims. It says here in the back, contains body horror, murder, violent scenes. I'm down. I don't hate this cover. I think it's cool, but at the same time I don't love it. But I'm just really excited to get to this book. Mary said such good things about it. I've always been curious about House of Hollow, even though I haven't read it yet. But I feel like this will be a great addition to my shelves. Maybe a book to also read this summer, maybe doing Summerween. I don't know, but I'm really excited about it. And that is my 7-book haul. Listen, yeah, this only happens once a year. I hadn't been to the fair yet. I don't know, I just had a good time, okay? And I'm investing in my home library, okay? This is my future. This is my home library that I'm going to have one day, and all the books that I'm buying will be for that. And even though I am very much talking too much for an update clip, I am also going to show you how far I am into Project Hail Mary, which I'm still reading. I am currently on page 200 exactly, and this is almost 500 pages, so I'm still not halfway, and I'm still really enjoying it. I am reading a chapter in between, like every time that I have a break from my report, and I'm also reading a lot at night, and I'm just having a great time with it. Some things have just happened, some first contact things have just happened, which is really interesting, and I just feel like this main character is very likable. I just like him. I'm rooting for him. I am hoping that he can solve Earth's problems, and I just feel like it's very digestible, it's very easy to read, and I'm just having a really good time with it. I'm loving the mystery element to it because he doesn't know what's going on, we don't know what's going on, and also the back and forth between him in the present and him remembering things from his, for example, the preparation to this mission makes it also a dynamic, like a very interesting dynamic, because we're not just stuck in one view, we go back and forth, and I feel like that makes it really interesting. So I am definitely loving this. I'm going to keep reading today and tonight. I'm hoping to make it until page 300 maybe, because tomorrow we work. All weekend again. So I'm not sure how much I'll have time to read. Maybe like during my lunch hour, maybe at night as well before I go to sleep. But overall, not much time. So unfortunately for me. And yeah, I hope that you like this little book haul. I can't believe I bought books. I really was trying not to. But hey, what can I do? You know? It's the Lisbon Book Fair. Happens once a year. Anyway, I'm going to go work on my report, and I will see you my next break when I have another update for you. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay friends, just one update for tonight. I have to go to sleep because I work 10 hours tomorrow. So I really need to go to sleep, but I did manage to read almost until page 300. I'm currently on page 293. I could have gone another chapter, but I'm really tired. So here I am, over halfway through. I'm hoping to read a little bit more tomorrow morning before work and during my lunch hour. And I really want to tell you more about this, but I don't know how without spoiling the book, because I feel like what it says on the synopsis tells you something that might happen, but I really don't want to confirm it. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm really enjoying this new phase of the book. Something happened, and I'm really enjoying just this new phase of the book. Is bringing some overall just lightness and a little bit of happiness to the book, which it's not that the book is sad, but it is kind of sad to think about, you know, like the world dying and having to save humanity. It hits a little bit too close to home in terms of climate change as of 2024. But yeah, I'm just really enjoying it, and it's making me think about stuff that I've never thought of really. It's really making me think a lot more about space, which is scary, and just thinking about what it would feel like to actually be on a spaceship. Like, just to think of being alone in space, or like the feeling of looking out into space. I don't know, it's just making me think about a lot about that, which I've never thought of before. And yeah, I'm just about to go to sleep. I feel like I'm reading this at a good pace this week. I definitely could be reading a lot more, but I have less than 200 pages to go, so I really think that I could finish it by the beginning of next week. And also, I made a cake. I made a carrot cake. I was procrastinating a little bit, so I made carrot cake. Yay. It was really good. And yeah, off to sleep because tomorrow will be a rough day. Guys, my room is a mess, my life is a mess. I'm here to give you my update. Today is Monday. As usual, I spent the whole weekend working. It's a little bit tough, like when it gets to the last hours of Sunday and I have been standing for like 9 hours, it's a little bit tough. But yeah, today I slept in a little bit because I was feeling really tired, and then I also worked on my report because I'm starting to get really stressed by it. But I do want to tell you that I'm up to chapter 21, page 343. So I have a little bit over 100 pages to go. I would love to finish this today or tomorrow. We'll just have to see how that goes. But I also have a life update, which is really strange. At the end of Wednesday? No, that can't be right. Friday? I don't know. Someday, someone called me, like about a month ago, a little bit more. I applied for a summer internship at a really popular museum and just like cultural center here of Lisbon. Is one of my favorite spaces. It's like world renowned, and I applied for a summer internship there doing cultural communications and, you know, just divulging cultural content and happenings. And I really didn't expect to hear back, but they asked me to do an interview, so that's where I'm going today. That's why I'm also dressed. You can't even tell. I'm dressed every day at home, but I am about to go now. And it sucks that I have to be away from my report because I was really hoping that today would be like a straight working day, but it's an opportunity I really can't miss. And though it is stressing me out to think that I might be doing an internship during the week and then working 20 hours during the weekend, I am trying to have a positive mindset. This would be a great opportunity for me and for my CV. And yeah, I'm just manifesting good energy. And I am going to bring my book along because they have a beautiful garden, and I might just read one chapter in it. I can't take too long because I need to get back to working on my report, but I might just read a chapter there, film a little b-roll, even though today is a really ugly day. And yeah, I'm just really happy, and I really didn't expect this at all, so I'm very excited. In any case, I need to leave now, so let's go to my interview and we'll just see how it goes. Hello guys, it's a brand new day. Today's Tuesday and I'm at home working on my report. I also took my bed sheets out. That's why my bed is looking all whack. Don't even, I can't. I want to give you an update. Yesterday I was a little bit upset. I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling a little bit tired, a little bit cranky. So I didn't give you an update. I honestly don't know how my interview went. I'll be waiting this week to see whether or not I get the internship. I feel like I expressed myself. I feel like I showed how much I would like this opportunity because it really is an amazing opportunity and it is one of a kind. But if I don't get it, the world doesn't end. You know, I really wasn't even expecting to be called to an interview, so if I don't get it, it's fine. It's just a summer internship. It's only a month. It's not like it'll make or break my career. But yeah, I honestly don't know how it went. I was feeling a little bit upset afterwards, and then I had my therapy appointment, and then I had to make dinner, and I just didn't feel like talking again. But I do want to tell you that I feel like I've been dragging this book out a little bit, but it's just the way it is. It's almost 500 pages. I've been really busy lately, but I am currently on page 409, so I have only about 60 pages left, more or less, 60 something pages left. So I will definitely be finishing it today. I'm going to be working on my report, and when I take a break I'll read a chapter because I only have about, like, this is chapter 25 and I only have, me trying to look without seeing spoilers, yeah, and it ends on chapter 30. So I have 5 more chapters, so 5 breaks that I can read this in, and then I can finally move on to something else, even though I would like to upload this video tomorrow. But I will just have to see. I'm going to start editing it today and see how this is going. It's not like anyone misses me on YouTube. I feel like because of the break that I took, I feel like, you know, the views just haven't been great. So it's not like anyone misses a video for me, so I can take a little bit longer. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been a weird week. I'm happy, I'm thankful, but at the same time, I just feel a little bit out of sorts. But yeah. Anyway, I am almost done with my book. I'm still really enjoying it. I haven't been talking to you a lot because something happened about like a third of the way in that I would consider a spoiler, because I wasn't expecting it and I didn't know that's where it was going. But it was like a main plot point, and that has shaped the plot since then. So I really don't want to tell you what happened. That's why I haven't been talking a lot about it. But when I finish it, I'll bring you my final thoughts. I have to update my reading journal as well, and then we'll figure it out. Hello friends, we're in a different space today. I'm in my living room and I am going to be reading another chapter of Project Hail Mary. So it's until page 427. So it's about less than 20 pages a chapter. But I have to show you something first that I'm really excited about. Basically, at the end of May, I went to a little flower shop where they were selling some seeds. And I am not a gardening girly. I have a lot of plants in my house that my mom takes care of, and I do love plants. I just never make an effort to, I don't know, buy them and take care of them. But I bought some seeds, and this is for they were calling it like a mix of flowers that specifically help and feed butterflies, bees. So I'm going to put it in my balcony. That's the word I was looking for, because I do have a balcony now that I've moved. It's been 2 years since I've moved, but still I do have a balcony now, and I really want to do something to help the bees, the butterflies, because they're such an important part of our ecosystem. And so I bought this seed specifically for that, and it's been like 10-12 days since I've planted the seeds, and look how much they've grown. It's literally unbelievable, like the amount that they've grown in less than 2 weeks. And I watered them a lot, and I am going to change their pots because this is just unbelievable. And I planted this in a pot that was already used, because I had a flower that, not a flower, a plant that my grandma gifted to me and my family, and it had died. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use this dirt. I'm missing all the words today. Gardening vocabulary out the window. But I'm going to use this pot because I feel like it's already fertile, because there was a flower in it, and now it has started to regrow. Like, this is not a flower that I planted. This is the plant that was here before. And it's just, it brings me so much joy to look at it every day and just to see how my little plant is doing. I love her so much. And I just wanted to share this gardening update, because now we have new plants and we also have my old plant being reborn. And it's just a grand old time. So I will be changing their vases soon. I've just been really busy this week, and I really wasn't expecting them to grow this fast. So I will take care of that at the end of the week. But just a little summer update for you. And yeah, now I'm just going to go read Project Hail Mary. Well, it's a little bit later, but I have finished Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I really didn't expect the way this ended. I feel like I'm really not doing a good job talking about this book, but the fact is, something happens and it really does change the entire course of the book. It's not something that I can... I thought my experience was better not knowing, so I don't want to tell you what it is, but it really impacts the way that I talk about this book, because it really just, the book is not the same without that having happened. But I really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be like a 4-star for me. I reserve my 5s for books that I would reread, for books that are absolute favorites. This specifically is not like an all-time favorite of mine. I don't feel like I need to reread it at any point, but it is a really, really incredible story. It makes the science so digestible, and the reader is very talented at giving us a story that is very, very complex, and it deals with a lot of complex topics, and he just makes it in a way that is so approachable and so fun to read as well. I had a great time reading this book, and it just made me think about a lot of things, and it could have been a really nihilistic approach and a really nihilistic view of space, and the more you know about the universe, the less you think you matter. And it could have been that, but it's actually such an optimistic look into it, and it's such a, I'm not gonna say like outwardly happy book, but it's so optimistic, and it has such a great message. And I just feel like, yeah, like I just feel like I had a great time with this, and I wanted to love it, and I did. And that's honestly the best thing that I can say. It had some really happy moments. I don't know. It could have been really terrible, because you're dealing with a possible apocalypse on Earth, and famine, war, death, and just straight up an apocalypse on Earth. And the fact that you can solve it by going into space, like I said, like it could have been a really nihilistic approach as to why are we saving ourselves? We literally don't matter in the scale of the universe. Who are we? What are we doing here? But it wasn't that, and I'm really thankful for that. And I feel like I kind of needed this at this moment, and I don't think I could have handled it if it was something like we don't matter in the scale of the universe. I don't feel like I could have handled that at this point in time. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I had a great time. So if you ever think about picking up this book and you think like you're not a science fiction girly, you're not someone who regularly reads this type of books, and you want to understand the language, don't be afraid, because yeah, sometimes I had to skip a line or two about like really complex math, or I didn't really understand it. But other than that, I feel like it's very digestible, and the author does a really good job at simplifying really, really complicated and complex topics in all fields, honestly. Physics, math, biology, astronomy, all fields. He does a really good job at simplifying those terms and making you understand something that you would maybe not understand if another author had written it. So yeah, I'm just going to go back to working on my report before I pick out another book, maybe. Or maybe I'll just leave the vlog here, but it feels wrong to have only read one book. But I don't know, it's just, yeah, I'm just at a point in my life, at least in this couple of weeks, that I've just been really busy. And honestly, I can't even think about it, because if I get the internship, I really, really want it, but if I get it, I'll be working full-time Monday through Friday, and then I'll be working full-time Saturday and Sunday. So it'll be like an entire month. The entire month of July, I will not have one day off. Literally, I will not have one day off, like one day that I don't work, which is horrifying, because everyone needs at least one rest day a week, right? So that's really horrifying to think about, but I'm not going to think about it before I get it. And if I don't get it, that's fine. If I do get it, I'll work it out. But yeah, it's just been, instead of being like a, oh, relaxing summer, it's turning out to be like a very busy and stressful summer yet. Maybe because I also haven't given in my report. But yeah, so I'm going to work on that now, but I'm very thankful that I have finished the book. I'm going to film my reading journal update and everything, and then we'll see where we go from there. am here to officially wrap up this vlog because it just wouldn't be realistic for me to take out another book to read. I know I've been lacking with the vlogs and with the videos, but it has just been a really, not a rough time in a bad way, but just troubled time, I guess. There's a lot of changing, there's a lot of stuff happening, and I just, yeah, today's already Thursday and tomorrow is Friday, and then I'm working again the weekend, and that would mean pushing up this vlog for another week instead of just doing it. So yeah, I'm here to officially wrap up the vlog and to let you know that I still haven't gotten a call about my internship. I don't know whether I got it or not, but I do have some good updates. I think today will be my last day working on my internship report, my other internship that I've already done. I really made an effort this week to work really hard at it, and I feel like I am in the absolute final stages of it. I am hoping to hand it in today or at the latest tomorrow because I finally feel ready to do so, and I finally feel proud of what I've done, and I'm only on the revision duty as for now. And yeah, I'm just really happy. At least next week I'm going to have a more chill time, honestly, because this report was taking a lot of my time, and it's a very big assignment, and I've worked 3 years in my degree for this to happen, so I just wanted to make sure that I took the time to do something that I was proud of. So next week will definitely be a more chill week, a more like time for me type of week. But yeah, just wrap up how this project, like this first episode, went. I feel like it went really well. I ended up giving the book that I've read 4 stars. It was a book that was actually also on my Reddit sub-thread of fantasy, the R fantasy TBR, which was great, and I just overall really enjoyed it, and I'm happy that I finally read it. As for the amount of books that we have, well, I started this project with 80 books off of my TBR, and I bought 7 and I've read 1. So the final number that we have is 86 books off my TBR. This was definitely not supposed to happen. I don't mean that I'm not going to buy any more books until the end of the year, but it definitely wasn't supposed to be like a 6 or 7 book increment. But like I said, the Lisbon Book Fair happens only once a year. I really didn't even go that much this year. It was 3 weeks and I went twice. So yeah, I definitely don't regret it. I'm really excited about the books that I bought. I've started the George Orwell essay collection, Why I Write. Yesterday night I read the first essay and I really enjoyed it. So I'm definitely excited about the books that I got, and I don't regret it. But that does mean that this project was a fail ultimately, because in the first episode I ended up with 6 more books on my TBR. In any case, next episode will be better. I feel like I'm going to start filming it today, tomorrow, next week. I don't know, I'm not really sure, but I just want to let you know that I am very thankful that you watched this video, and I am very excited about this project, and I hopefully randomly picking my TBR will be a good idea for me, because I sometimes really don't know what to read next, so that might be a really good way for me to pick up more books. In any case, I hope that you did enjoy watching this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have a nice day, and always remember that life is worth reading.